Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. Well, I'm out here doing some work. I figured why am I not videoing this, make some content for my channel, even though it's not great content, but I might as well video what I'm doing. But winter's coming and snowmobile season hopefully, so I figured what I would do. Beetle's kind of pushed to the side, but got my son's sled out here. What is it, a 2500 XCSP. It's actually a fast little sled, so pretty much as fast as my 2014 RMK 600. But we bought it last year and it's in good shape, but one of the problems was the bumper was bust on the front, cracked. So I decided, I've already started a little bit, but you can buy the new bumpers. They're just a plastic bolt-on affair. But I figured, okay, well, put another plastic bumper on it, it's just going to get broken again. So I'm going to try to Fabricable a steel one into place. So first thing I did is cut off the actual broken parts. This is kind of, let's see if I can do this. Kind of tricky with one hand, but bear with me. This kind of sat right in there, and then this piece kind of bolted underneath. Now there's a mount point underneath here, one here, which the plastic pulled, or the brass insert pulled out of the plastic. And then there's a, where are you? Bolt under here, or behind here, and same on this side, one here. It's already started. I had this piece of channel, small piece of channel, pretty heavy duty stuff. Yeah, this is gonna add some weight and whatnot, but I don't care. And I figured I've already kind of cut it and tacked it to give it some shape. Kind of got this angle pretty accurate on both sides. It's the same. And that's going to kind of mount in here. I'll put another piece to mimic this, come down underneath. It'll mount to this mount point here. And then on these ends, they're going to have a flat bar that kind of comes beside this bumper piece, because I'm going to leave these on. Come beside here, hug this side, and go in behind and get sandwiched and get bolted there. So I think that should work okay, hopefully. And that way when we hits a few little trees here and there, it's not going to break, and we can actually pull on the bumper when you get stuck. So I'll get you set up maybe on the tripod, and we'll do a little bit of fast forward video of me trying to make this work. So I do have a plasma cutter, but this is just as easy. Get a nice straight line without having to set up any sort of fence or anything. So for these kind of cuts, I just use the grinder. Just trying to get the mill scale off because they weld better when it's cleaner metal. I'm just going to tack things until I know everything's going to work. So I made them quite long, but I'll slowly have to kind of bend them into place, and I'll have to undo the bolts back here so I can pull this away and get it kind of fitting good. So I'll set you up on the snowmobile side now as I fit these things up. Handy new tool. I'm thinking what I may actually do is cut this off completely, then I can weld another piece that direction. I think it'll make it just easier to work with and trying to do multiple bends. I think that'll work. Now I'll have to bend that way and not that way so it kind of follows the bumper line. And then once this is all mounted, I'm going to kind of contour this plastic to so it kind of matches up a little bit anyway. I'm going for function over form here, so it's not going to look factory, but it should be strong enough anyway. I think what I'll do is I was going to heat this and bend it, but I think I'll just kind of slit this part way so it's easy to bend. But at first I think I'll weld this on a little more solid so she don't break loose. And the nice thing about this setup that I'm doing here is if I don't like it, I can always quit being cheap and just buy a new bumper, because I'm not modding the sled in any way. That's not too bad. Now I just got to weld tabs this way and drill the holes, and then she'll be good. Then I'll just have to make her all pretty. So I'm just going to do all that, and I'll bring you back once I got the final result. Alright, well I got the metal part hooked up. I had one little bobble I'll show you here. I messed up on that brace. The hood was hitting it, so that's why you see a couple extra welds, but and then yeah, I just got some bolts through here. The plastic parts end pieces aren't on yet, but a couple 5/16 bolts here and quarter 20, you can see it there underneath, and she's even tacked on. It's pretty solid. So now I just have to figure out how, these pieces I'm still going to use over top. This is this side. You can see I drilled a hole, so I'm going to actually have a long bolt come all the way through, and I'll probably actually kind of heat the bolt so it melts into the plastic so it's not sticking out, and then the other side will be held on with the factory bolt. Once this is bolted on, I can kind of finish up the plastic and get this all painted up. So I'll get that all done and I'll show you the final result. Well folks, it's actually a week later. I finally got the bumper done, just no time during the week, a little bit here and there, but I think it turned out decent. Kind of got the plastic rounded over so it meets, and you can kind of see there's a bolt head behind there on each side, 5/16 bolt, and then there's also the one under there as well, which I remember now I got to replace with a lock nut, but I think she turned out pretty good, and it's plenty strong, so just got to fire this sucker up and get it out here and continue on with my long-term project. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Oh, let's see if how many pulls before she'll start. Hold on here. See if I can start it with my camera in hand. There's one.